Bills for third consideration.
House Resolution Number 137, Representative Book and others, to declare that the Portsmouth Indian Head Rock is an artifact historically associated with the City of Portsmouth, Ohio, and to call upon officials from the Commonwealth of Kentucky to abandon Kentucky's claims of ownership to this artifact and to work with the State of Ohio to effectively preserve and care for it.
Question is, shall the title be agreed to? Representative Book moves to amend the title. If you wish to add your name to the title, please do so at this time. Without objection, the title is agreed to. Hearing no objection, the title is agreed to. The question is, shall the resolution be adopted? The chair recognizes Representative Book.
Mr. Speaker, permission to speak to the resolution.
Gentleman may proceed.
What we've all been waiting for all day, what we're here for. There's a lot of things that we don't know about the now once again famous Portsmouth Indian Head Rock. We don't know why or how the human face came to be on the rock. Several theories. One, was it a Native American that did it to show that some spirit had been put into the rock? Was it done by a band of river pirates to show where they marked or where they had buried treasure? Was it done by a small 10-year-old little boy from Portsmouth back in the 1830s that just happened to be named Johnny Book that didn't have anything else to do on a hot summer day? Or some other idea? We don't really know. We also don't know for sure where, this is the Ohio River, not the Kentucky River, where this rock was located and whether it was Ohio or Kentucky territory. However, there are a lot of things we do know about the rock. We know that it is known as the Portsmouth Indian Head Rock, both in Ohio and Kentucky literature. We know that early Portsmouth residents carved their names on the rock and that the rock had become somewhat of a tourist attraction in the 1800s. We know that Kentucky has classified the rock as a destroyed or questionable site prior to it being rediscovered. And we also know that prior to September 2007, the rock was last seen 7 years prior to that, and it had been largely lost and forgotten. Until an Ohioan, at his own expense, with his own time, spent 3 summers trying to find and locate this rock, which he did, in about 16 feet of the Ohio River water. We also know that this dispute, whether it deserves it or not, has created a national stir, has garnered national attention, and will continue to do so in the future. We also know that the people of Portsmouth want to protect and promote this historic treasure. There's a 4th of July rock festival that's being put together. You guys are more than welcome, and gals, more than welcome to come and be part of that. There'll be a tall tale competition that will be hosted by Mark Twain himself, as well as rock games around this festivity. While Kentucky, who, to quote my good friend Representative DeGeeter, is out of control on this issue, they want to prosecute the people that got the rock out of the river. They want the rock put back in its watery grave. That's their goal in this whole process, is to put the rock back in the river. And in essence, have it lost and forgotten again for the people of this state and for the people that are interested in it. Mr. Speaker, we've come to a proverbial rock wall on this issue. It appears there's 2 paths that can be taken. One involves litigation, raiding parties, grand juries, and needless expenditure of time, money, and energy, with the final goal being that the rock will be returned to a watery oblivion. And another path that is outlined in House Resolution 137, which involves cooperation between the states to protect, promote, and celebrate this important piece of Ohio history. I reiterate my call to the Commonwealth to work with Ohio to take advantage of this national exposure for both states' benefits. An annual, good-natured competition between the states that would be sensitive to all the different folks involved could be an excellent way and a beneficial way to resolve this dispute between the parties. We could come together to resolve a unique dispute in a unique fashion, and that's been my goal all along. House Resolution 137 shows that from the shores of Lake Erie to the banks of the Ohio River, we stand ready to celebrate, protect, and promote this solid part of Ohio's history. I want to thank Representative Daniels, Chairman Daniels, for allowing this resolution to come through State Government Committee, as well as my Ranking Member Stewart for his help, and also you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing this resolution to come forward. And I ask for your favorable support.
Question is, shall the resolution be adopted? The chair recognizes Representative Gardner.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I didn't come to the floor today expecting to speak on this, but this seems to be a a fairly significant measure, asking the Commonwealth of Kentucky to end its claims to an historic artifact. I think that's rather severe, Mr. Speaker, and I think we should pause for a moment and wonder if, in the spirit of fairness, if there might be some type of conciliatory resolution or compromise. And I would respect that maybe we should delay our vote on this and consider negotiating that we might be willing here in the Ohio House to trade a Kentucky Wildcat for this rock. And so far, the poll on this side looks good. And with the support of members from the other side of the aisle, for those of you who don't know the affiliation of one representative from Findlay, that we ought to possibly consider doing that. I don't have an amendment, Mr. Speaker, but I would ask the members to consider that proposition. Thank you.
Perhaps Representative Book could engineer a friendly negotiation between the state of Kentucky and... Question is, shall the resolution be adopted? The House will prepare and proceed to vote. Have all members now voted? Clerk will take the roll. 93 yeas, 0 nays. Therefore, the resolution is adopted.